it's Christine, and today I have a new video featuring this month's kit from the ScrapRoom. I am using the Good Old Days Fancy Pants page kit. That was a mouthful. The Fancy Pants page kit that came in this month's Flavors of the Month kit. And it's got kind of a rustic feel to it, thus the Good Old Days title. But it also kind of has like a fall feel to it. Even I would go so far as to say a farmhouse feel to it. So I am going to use that to capture some pictures of me and my friends, because I had in my embellishment pack within the page kit a big thing that would work for the title Friends. So I decided to force myself to do some older pictures and step away from the kid pictures and do a mom one. So the first thing I'm doing is cutting apart this wood grain paper. And as you can see, I am distressing the edges of each strip. This is a great way to add dimension. It's also just a great way to change up the look of traditional patterned paper. Then I'm going to go ahead and secure that onto some cardstock. Now, why do that extra step? Couple reasons. First of all, I laid it out and I realized it was going to be really hard to get it on there straight. Second of all, I wanted to make sure it was square. So I cut out a square shape and then I just add those on there one by one. And I'm just putting the adhesive on a line in the bottom so that there's still a little bit of dimension to the top part. And then you can see those are going to fit on there really pretty well. And I'm just going to trim off the excess as needed to make my square totally complete. And here you can see I'm thinking, oh, it's not quite complete, but I want to have inches. Do I want to add another thing or what? But then ultimately I decided, you know, it can be 9 5/8 by 9 5/8. It doesn't have to be exactly 10. And so I just, you know, modified, made it a little bit smaller, and that worked just fine. But you can see also that that gives it, I've taken the paper, I've messed it up, I've distressed it, all those things. But then by putting it back on the square, it helps to bring a little bit of clean lines, I guess, to the whole thing. It just order, maybe that's the best word for it. It brings a little bit of order. Just like we don't, you know, see shiplap up on walls all willy-nilly. You want to bring in some tightness and all that stuff just so you don't get lost looking for the picture on your layout. So I'm going to secure that onto my layout, and then the next thing is I'm going to just start embellishing and adding my photos and all that. Now, I want to tell you something. I have no idea where I'm going with this layout. I sat down with it and literally had no idea from start to finish where I was going to go with it. All that said, it came together in less than 45 minutes. So that tells you a couple things. First of all, fabulous page kit. Second of all, there was enough supplies in there that I didn't have to really like try and figure out what was next. I just kind of started placing things and it all came together. So like right now you see on the left hand side I've got some circles on there. I did not secure those on there because I wasn't completely sold that I wanted to keep those there. And the other thing you see me doing is layering the ephemera on top of or underneath my pictures. And somehow that came together really quickly. The page kit itself does come with the ephemera, and then the cork pieces come in the embellishment kit. So the two of those really came together nicely to make this job really easy. And basically what I'm going to do is just kind of shift things around, figure out, okay, do I like it here? Do I like it there? And what I end up doing is putting together my two pictures to make a big block right in the middle of my layout. And you can see by putting those pictures together, I've got a really good focal point on the layout that really pulls your eye right into those pictures. The several pieces of ephemera that were big size cards made really nice layers back behind the pictures to add an extra pop of black in there. And then I'm going to add on a whole bunch more. Now, one of the fun things about this page kit is that my friends and I were actually at a restaurant called the Bad Apple Pub, And there was actually apple embellishments in here. And I didn't even think about that until I was creating. But lo and behold, that could not have worked more beautifully. So that worked out great. One of the things you will notice I am doing here is going back and forth between putting my embellishments on flat and then popping some of them up with 3D foam adhesive, just varying the levels of them. You're also going to notice here in a minute that I lose this heart. Yes, I'm about to put some adhesive onto this heart and I flip it and I never found it again. So I'm going to disappear for just a minute here, and then I'm going to come back and decide, okay, well, never mind. I'm going to just use some cork because who knows where that heart went. I'll find it someday, but it was not being found today. So you can see I'm definitely off screen for quite a while there. But what you can also see is that when I decided to add that cork in, it inspired me to add even more of the cork pieces. So that was good. It redirected my eye back to that embellishment and making sure I was using that as well. Now, I am basically done here. So this is a pretty simple, straightforward, clean and simple layout. The most detailed and probably time-consuming part was just creating the background. However, I got to get things done quickly by just creating that photo block and then embellishing in that visual triangle around it. Really fun kit. Be sure to check out the page kits this month from the ScrapRoom. I will link you up to it down below. She has the Flavors of the Month kit, which has 4 page kits in it, and you get 3 patterned papers, some cardstock, some embellishments, and you get to play with 4 new collections every month, which it just doesn't get any better than that. You also can get some add-on kits, which include patterned papers. You can get add-on kits for embellishments, and she even has more kits than that. She has kits for pocket pages, and she has another 2-page kit that has that's called the double shot kit. So be sure to check those all out. She does sell out, so you want to get in on it early and see if they're still available. If they're not, get on for December. I just got my kit to start designing with the other day, and I gotta tell you, they are gorgeous for December. But lots of fun to be had with those page kits. So there's my big plug for the fun. And I mean, look what I was able to do in really very little time for a scrapbook layout. So thank you so much for being here today. If you've enjoyed watching the video, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you again next time.